What's going on, guys? It is the 2nd of January, and we're already kicking things off here for some amazing Counter-Strike action. We don't want to wait. We want to keep it all kicking and going from start to finish. My name is James Banks. I'll be one of your commentators throughout all of this. Over towards my right-hand side is Mr. Dinko. You ready for this, mate? It's a nice early start to the year.
Yeah, I mean, I came straight from home, straight into some CS action. Looking forward to it. We obviously did the last event of the year as well, so we're just grinding. We're just grinding.
We're doing well. We literally worked up until the 23rd, finished up, and then now we're straight back into this one as well. But this is for the GG.Bet Winter Cup. Now, it's best of threes across the board. You'll have to see it. We don't want any random best of ones. We've got 2 games coming your way today, but we still got 3 more days after that to define who is going to be the overall winner. It's been a fun little cup to have a look at. And you did some of the online as well, didn't you? Before?
Yeah, I did one of the days online, and quite a few of these teams were playing. So, yeah, I got a little look at them. They were very long games, and some of the CS was questionable, but you know there is potential there. I've seen a lot of these teams that have made it through, the teams you'd want to see come through.
Well, the thing I like about events like this is where I look at the kind of players, maybe not so much the teams, but certain players where you go, oh, okay, he's figured this out a bit, right? He's slightly above the rest of them. He's someone that you might look at to say in a year's time or whatever could be going up onto a better team. So some of these little tournaments do interest me in the sense that, okay, can some of these teams prove to be more than what they are at the current level they're set at?
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the individuals come from these kind of tournaments, right? It's just the individual style. Like the team play isn't quite there just because of the fact that they're using it sort of as a shop window. You know, this is the skill I possess. This is what I want to do in the future. And we're actually seeing a lot of the players that kind of fail to really fit in those top teams when they've been given the opportunities. They sink down back into these teams, like Deaths and is coming through here as well. You know, from the Movistar roster, he's a player that has potential, and I think if he steps up in this tournament, he could definitely prove himself again. And that
Movistar lineup, right? We saw them just back in Malta. They were actually trying to show us that they can compete with some of the best teams in the world. They were putting some good work in. They had that nice win over Ents on Overpass as well. So there's a lot of talent coming from that region at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite good to see. I mean, Spain is a region I feel like is completely underdeveloped. You know, you had these pretty skilled players, but you've only got the one organization. And it's good to see more players starting to come up because we need more Spanish-speaking CS players because it's one of the most spoken languages on the planet. It would definitely help develop the scene.
Yeah, that's what's funny, right? Because we were talking to Steele about it, and he was saying how, like, since he joined, obviously, he's being Brazilian. He's like, some of the language parts are similar, but he's still having to learn something. He's in-game leading throughout all of this as well. But on for this, for the Winter Cup here, right? When we're looking at the teams that we've got ahead of us, these are teams who've all got a point to prove when it comes down to it. These are teams that where they've first of all have had to grind from online to get to this stage anyway. They're still going now. And we're literally one day after New Year. I want to see if there's anyone who might just be looking lackluster compared to normal performance, and they're probably still hungover from the whole crazy last nights.
I think this would be a good way of seeing who's hungry and maybe who's underage. You know, there might be some younger players that might be doing a little bit better today than some of the older guys. But for me, I actually seen a lot of there's like quite a few old players actually in this. So that could be interesting to see if they can still show what they've got.
See if anything like dropped down just over the Christmas period.
Just they were looking good a few days ago. Now they're looking a little shaky. Some decisions aren't quite there, but it seems like we're ready to get into it. Ambush going to be on the T side. This is Overpass, right? This is a map they've always liked to go towards Rocketlaunchers, but we've seen Ambush play this. I think this could be a really close first map.
Well, that's what we're hoping for when we come into it. And remember, we'll go down the veto while this is going on to start off with that. It's going to be Overpass, which is actually picked out by the Rocketlaunchers. Then Inferno, that was picked out by Ambush. And then Dust 2 will be the decider for the leftover.
Ooh. Well, Death looks to try and hold on. He'll do damage and find 3 kills. Teammate stepping up as well. Soka, the 2 old boys from Movistar. And Barry will do his best work. And he's one of the older players within the Dini scene. And he has to try and show what he's made of in the 1v2. Back inside the site, Emmett gets rid of him. 1-0 pick up for the Rocketlaunchers.
Yeah, nicely done there by Depths. Now, he held position really strong, managed to get them opening 3 kills. And that was kind of just solidifying the round as they tried to push up. There wasn't much hope for him in Ambush. Well, they'll lose out on the pistol, but we know how this can work out. Now, we're going to try and get this HUD fixed for you guys as well, because I can't see what everyone's buying right now. It makes it very confusing.
Let's make a prediction, right? I'm gonna say some MP9s. There we go.
Some MP9s.
A little bit of M4 sprinkled in there. T side didn't get a bomb plant. It's most likely just the full eco, maybe a few P250s and a Deagle. We'll be buying into the next round.
Joe, this is like taking me back to when we were first seeing Counter-Strike. No HUD, no nothing. It's like
just
like
we're to figure it out.
Yeah, you're just working it out yourself. This is where the real test of skill comes into play. But we are seeing some forced up pistols. It seems like a few Deagles all round by the looks of it for the T side. See if Ambush can maybe get a pick, try and grab a weapon. Emenek playing well with the FAMAS here is a good spot for him to fight from. He'll be able to keep him at distance. Didn't have to get up close and personal. But that's where the Deagles might be able to do some damage towards him. He does have to be careful. He's missed this cross as well. Just the timing on it as he's checking both angles.
Ooh,
and that's it.
Yeah, he's found that opening. Barry has a chance as well. Emenek around the corner is taking damage. Dropped to 25. And Barry will continue to move forward. Flash up. Good flash, but still the kill is there.
Brilliantly done as well as that flash came in. Barry was waiting for it. He knew he didn't have to change up position. He's got the FAMAS now, but he's still doing damage with the Deagle. That's Soka going down. Def's trying to reply, but he's going to lose his head instantly. The Deagles are doing so much work. Barry takes a lot of damage back himself, trying to hold on. Back out with the Deagle, 3v1, and Shaq, well, he gets smacked down. The Deagles, they reign supreme, and that will help them secure the round and the bomb plant in that one, Dingo.
That is not the way you want to see things go if you're rocket launchers. That's
Definitely
a round
not.
where you should be picking that one up easily. It wasn't even the force buy from Ambush. They didn't get the bomb plant, didn't allow for the force buy. Just the Deagles, and well, now the T side are in the driving seat at the start of this one. And like I said, Overpass can be a pretty close map between these two teams. We've seen them both like to go towards it quite consistently. And the fact that it is more of a CT side affair, Ambush getting a chance here to build up early on the T side will put them in a really nice position if this goes to a close map.
Now, the only thing I'm going to say I'm slightly scared of here for Ambush is they've already gone straight into a couple of Kriegs here. They're going up against pistols, but also some more Deagles being brought up by the rocket launchers. They do not want to lose any of these Kriegs coming into it, because put that into the CT's hand, it's going to be the worst scenario for them.
Molotov goes deep in towards the bottom of connector. Rouse starting to move forward. He's going to run around the corner. Will be one kill on towards Southall as he does fall. Now the advantage picked up for the T side. They can maintain this. Going for a little bit of a boost up in towards connector. CK needs to be careful of this. This is a position that's quite common, especially in these kind of rounds, but it doesn't seem like he's aware, and Soka will get rid of him.
And that's what I was worried about. Gets a kill. Now they've got a Krieg in their hands. We've already seen Rouse. He took some damage, down on 15 health. Now Ambush, they need to play this smart. They look to be trying to still take this control towards A, but they need to be completely understanding where the rest of the CTs might be pushing from. They know they can get pincered in at any point here. Shaq just waiting. He's going to allow them to walk around if they do want to push into it. Now, he might be able to get the kill onto Rouse, and that could be another weapon in their hands. Is Rouse going to check it? No, he doesn't. He'll go down straight away. And this could be trading out rounds back-to-back. SMF, he gets one kill, but he's heavily damaged once again. The HUD's back into play. It's a Krieg and a FAMAS to take on the 3 players remaining of rocket launchers here. P250 on Defs, though. Emenek still dancing around the truck, trying to play with them, and that's going to be nicely done. The force up on the pistols working out for them. They've grabbed themselves 2 SGs to work with going into this round. This is exactly what Ambush should not have allowed to happen.
Yeah, this is immediately a pretty scrappy game of CS coming up. 2 SGs in the hands of the CT side on Overpass. This is definitely not what you want to be going up against. Ambush, when we take a look at their buy, it's going to be completely scrappy as well. They'll have an SG in the hands of Barry and AK for SMF, but just 3 pistols around it. A little bit of utility, but for me, I just want to see a faster approach here from Ambush. Just have the strength in numbers, try and take control of towards connector and short early, have main choke points under your belt, and try and work with that. But instead, they're going to go for a much more passive approach, so disagreeing with my stance.
Well, let's see if they can make it work with their stance when it comes to this. Still going to have to try and rely on what that Krieg and AK can do. The main thing here for Ambush is that they're just trying to make sure they put a hold on the rocket launcher's economy. Don't allow them to chain too many rounds together, because you can heavily punish the CT side now since the economy changes came into play. Feels like a lifetime ago that they did actually come into play, but they're still just, we all hate it.
Yeah, it feels like we're finally getting used to it, but it's still it's not a nice thing to get used to, right? It's I hate it. It just favors the losers too much, and it's like Sports Day. And,
that's why Mitch loves it so much.
Yeah, that's literally he's the kid on Sports Day that lost everything and just got the little sticker saying thank you for taking part.
Now let's see what Doctors can do here. Looking to push forward. That smoke's giving so much cover. CK able to walk in, pre-fires the angle, doesn't manage to get it, but still, him and his teammates work the advantage. Oh, and Emenek goes down just straight up close and personal.
Well, that's not exactly the way you are holding that A-bomb side there. The CT side just standing behind the corners, letting them run over the top of them, and Ambush walk in with kill after kill with the Deagles. Rocketlaunchers just really severed their information flow. They didn't have any positions where they were gathering info. No one's really jump spotting. They were playing back in the corner, one in behind APC. That was a pretty weak setup from the CT side, especially when they had the better weapons. So Ambush, they get off scot-free, really. You know, you take a look at that round, and that was a round where they potentially go on a bit of a loss streak. They lose that opportunity they got themselves after winning the second round 4-spy, but Rocketlaunchers throw that one away.
And what's really huge here for Ambush is now they have 5 weapons in their hands from a mixed buy. Remember, it was the 1 Krieg and 1 AK and pistols in. Losing Rouse at the end there is not the end of the world. And they're looking really clean to go and take this next round here because Rocketlaunchers, what are they going to do with this?
I think you've got to go for the 4-spies straight away. You've got to know that, obviously, over on the other side of things, the economy is well built up, so you have to try and get rid of it as quickly as possible.
And you can see the GG.Bet odds on the screen at the moment. Quite even for now, but if you want a Christmas present or a New Year present, as we've gone past Christmas now from GG.Bet, you can place your bets on CSGO or Dota 2 and get up to 30% cash back. So go ahead and treat yourself, guys.
Does make sense. GG.Bet and GG.Bet. Good sponsor for the event, obviously. And when we have Emek at the bottom of the stairs with the Deagle around the corner, SMF has already seized control of water, so this is a strong position to have under your belt already. It allows for rotations back up through the A bomb site via connector, which you can see CK wants to get control of. Emek at the top here with the Deagle. It could position again to try and cause problems, but CK runs over him, and now Ambush are in full control.
Good timing, though, that came out, and a nice spam through the smoke. CK living the dream right now of those opening 2 kills. Now Soka trying to play off the edge of the smoke. He's being spammed down. It's going to force him to move away. Walks away with a nice 1 Deag. He's very low on health, though. Continues to tap away at Berry, but can't connect the shots. He'll fall because of it, but now it's a 4v2. Shaq trying to get there nice and fast. Already being spammed up. And Ambush are just taking shots, right? Whether it's smoke, there's a wall in the way, anything else, they're just going to make sure they're pushing you away from the spot you want to hold.
Yeah, really suffocating the CT defense at the minute. And we've seen that in the last round as well. Rocketlaunchers were forced back into the corners. They couldn't really move forward. Ambush were just pre-firing everything, delivering damage, and well, easy round pick up again coming through. 3 on the board now. Problem is, they don't really have too much money left in the bank in terms of reserve in this round, so they've got to let the 2 players save the weapons. So at least that's something for Rocketlaunchers to take into the next one. An SG in the hands of Deaths is certainly the prime weapon you want to take a look at, but overall, another pretty easy round win for Ambush. In the next one, the only real problem will be that SG. Oh, Shaq might just get himself an M4 upgrade. Although docked is, the timing, ships in the night, gets him away. In behind the wall towards short, he'll start to run away. That is either fortunate or unfortunate for Shaq. I think he definitely had the up in that fight, but didn't quite get the timing. So,
now, do you know what's quite interesting here? Is Rocketlaunchers, the only games they've played are throughout all of this GG.Bet Cup, right? This is where they started doing it all. They've actually had 2 wins, 2 losses so far. They lost the best of 5 against Fate. But Ambush, they've had plenty of games just outside of this as well. In the recent history, they've only won 1 game against Super Jimmy, 2-0.
Yep. And
everything else is losses. And there's some tough losses on there as well. To Skade twice, 2-1. But they're still always managing to take it to a 3rd map. So I'm not going to count them out just yet. They're showing us a better deal here. And remember, this is the Rocketlauncher pick as well. So if Ambush can get off to a good start, it's going to be very scary. And this is what I mean for Ambush. They're just taking shots no matter where. It's like, you might be hiding there. Well, there's still 5 of us alive. Let's just spray.
It's just send bullets everywhere. And, well, it works again. Rouse gets 3 kills immediately entering the B bomb site. Now, Tess just having to save the SG again. Seems like rinse and repeat for him, but you definitely want to have that weapon.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I want to hold on to it no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And now there's a 2nd player coming to find him as well.
The thing is, this is the Mac 10. This is the Mac 10, so you do not want to die, especially with this weapon. So much money picked up for Rouse in this round. 4 kills picked up in the Mac 10. Oh, this is a great start from Ambush.
They are secure in money. They are secure in rounds. They've got a 2-round lead now. The buy is still not ideal here for Rocketlaunchers either. Good amount of utility, but they've had to opt for the FAMASs. Now, even since the FAMAS buff has come in, the burst fire on it still is a little bit lackluster compared to the old days when you come to 1.6. You know, you used to be able to hold angles, like little pixel-perfect angles, and burst fire would be genius. Ingo is just terrible.
It's
just don't
just
use
useless.
the burst. Yeah, just
do
don't
not
use
right-click the FAMAS. It's always horrible when you accidentally do it, you don't realize.
Yep.
And then you go to spray someone down and you just burst his face and get killed immediately. But the thing is, the buff actually made the full auto spray a lot more accurate.
Yes.
So it even makes the burst fire even more useless.
It was like, I know, let's just make sure burst is never, ever, ever used.
Just remove it.
Yeah, just at this point, may as well not be there.
It's like the burst fire on the Glock can be useful in certain situations. But burst in CSGO is generally too useful. Shaq is going to find himself an opening. Rouse comes back in for the trade. His death gets a little bit overzealous, wanting to fight that monster angle. And this gives an opening to ambush. They want to move forward. They want to get back into this B bomb site. And Berry, he's picked up one on the SG, giving the advantage on over the T side. Emmink in heaven doesn't get anything done. Now the FAMAS needs to deliver it, only manages one. And so Southsaw alone in the world.
Really bad there for Rocketlaunchers was there was no teamwork. They pushed up. They both went at different times. Rouse keeping a good eye on what's going on behind him, managed to get that kill, no problem. But the issue there for Rocketlaunchers was they weren't going one by one. But as the guy from Heaven went to poke, Soka waited for him to die and then poked out. You need to go together if you want to try and win those duels.
It really does feel like Ambush have got off to the better start in terms of playing CS. I think Rocketlaunchers have been making quite a few mistakes. They are a team that warm up into a game, though. It feels like I've seen them get off to a pretty slow start, at least in the games I watched earlier in this tournament. They got off to a pretty slow start and got back into it. So maybe, first game after New Year's can be a little bit difficult to get your head in the game. So we'll see whether or not Rocketlaunchers can step up in these next few rounds. Definitely can't be expecting too much in this one, though. We've got 2 sets of Kevlar. A Deagle P250 on the backs of those Kevlar players. The rest with a few upgraded pistols, but Berry charging forward, wants money on the Mac-10, and this is something they've been really solid at Ambush. It's just getting the kills on the SMG, sending him in first. Berry finds one. Soka comes in with a headshot on the Deagle, but it's still an advantage for the T side. Followed up now as well.
Rouse is loving life, man.
Yeah, he's having a good start.
He had that Mac-10 play. He's like, I've raked in all the money.
He's got 12K nearly in the bank. This is ludicrous.
They're having a race, so who's going to get to 16K first? Deathstone might try and deny something here if he can get the Deagle shot in. But Rouse, he's too fast, too furious with it all. And Shaq will be the only one that remains with a P250, some armor and a dream. And at this point, you just save it because of the armor as well, surely. Unless he thinks he can try and grab a weapon.
I mean, there's no damage going to be done to the economy anyway, so is going to take him away. And 6-2, Ambush Esports off to an excellent start. And actually, I brought up the point earlier. If they can get off to a good start on their T side, that puts them in really good stead to steal away this map. And well, it's been sheer domination on the T side. There has been nothing from Rocketlaunchers to get confident about. And well, if they don't show us anything in this round, I'm starting to get really scared for this side.
Well, the thing is, at first, we were definitely like, yeah, okay, the A site is a lot weaker. They were struggling on what they were holding it. That smoke that went down, they didn't even decide to try and push around it. They stayed so defensive, which allowed Ambush to push in. But even the couple of times they've hit the B site, it's been a bit of a struggle, more competitive in firing back. But Emanek, he might start this off. This could work out well. So he gets the AWP in his hand, he gets the opening duel 1. Berry's not close by enough to get the refrag in, so he'll keep him with a 1-man advantage. And I like the fact he's going to fall back. Don't stick around. You've got the advantage. You're on the CT side. This is how you want to play it now.
Well, Shaq jumps over. Doesn't spot anything. Instead, his noise is heard by the players on the other end of the wall. Smith will try and spam through. Trying to get lucky, but cannot actually land the shot. Shaq instead relocates himself back into his mini pit. And Berry had the angle. He was ready for it. The op pulls it back right into a 4v4.
That's one of the moments with Shaq where he goes, why? Just why? That's such a confident place to play from with an AWP as well.
Yeah, and the other thing is from Shaq, though, the mistake that he made was he didn't jiggle peek the angle to get that info, right? They don't have any eyes on short, so you can't just swing that angle and expect no one to be looking at it. So, bit of a problem here for the CT side as the rest of the execute coming through. 40 seconds in play. Ambush have multiple prongs to their approach as they've got 2 in short, 2 in towards the monster tunnel, and they look to try and deliver inside of the side. Death stands in behind the pillar. It's 2 kills to CK. Berry is ready for the pillar play as well. And now it's only Emmink, and there's nothing Rocketlaunchers can do. And well, 7-2 already bites. This is starting to look pretty scary.
CK and Berry played that so well. You saw it, right? CK, even when he was creeping up to get into the site, Berry was holding the very small angle, like waiting for him to move. And the moment CK has another person try to jump on him, well, he's defended instantly. So only Rouse will die in this round, and Emmink is going to desperately try and hang on to this AWP, and CK still wants more. It's getting to get spotted out. A little bit too close for comfort, if you ask me. And now Emmink, he should be aware that they'll be pushing from all sides. He's made some noise, and Barry's probably going to find him. Nicely done, but end of the day, he will go down. Still, though, bit of a costly round. Emek did put up more of a fight in the end. But 7-2, it doesn't really matter of the cost because they're so rich.
Yeah, they had 16K at the start of this round on the
Living the dream.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah, they're a little bit annoyed that there is a cap. But 2.77, the rocket launchers odds from GG.Bet clearly starting to slide out of their control. It was super close at the beginning, but Ambush starting to steam ahead. And I don't think you can sort of argue with those odds. And Doctiz hasn't had to do anything. He's currently on 1-3.
He took part. He was there. He saw the madness go down while Berry roused, and they were just running through everyone.
So Barbar is actually coaching rocket launchers. So they actually have a pretty experienced coach in their field.
I know Barbar very well. Yeah. Interesting. So maybe there's a little bit more to this roster than we think. They need to start showing some results on it. The scary part is that this is their pick.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this team, though, they officially got mid on the day this tournament started.
Yeah.
Like last week. So
that's what I'm saying. All their results are just from this tournament. That's all the info we could look at.
So you can't really argue about maybe having mistakes. You know, it's definitely going to happen. They can't have had too much time with Christmas and obviously New Year's to just try and practice and develop a map pool. So it's going to be very much a mixed style of play, and that good Molotov will force them into the open. CK continuing just to deliver headshots. SMF up on Catwalk, catches that one as well. And I run into a 2-man advantage immediately for Ambush that should be continued here without too many problems. Emek might be a thorn in their side for 1 kill. He's got that. Can he get any more, though? It's unlikely as he starts to back away in the toilets, desperately trying to get away. And he manages to get into the corners. So staying alive, causing problems, and delaying for his teammates to get into better positions.
CK still manages to find him, though. So that'll be put to an end for now. 2 players left to find. Make that 1 as Soul just goes down instantly, and Defs is the only player left alive.
He's on death's door.
Quite literally. He's going to take a knock at it and see if they knock back.
I think it might just shoot his head off at this point. Coming back in for bank. Shots coming in already. You know, they're ready for this.
They're like, wherever you may push, we're already pre-fired it. You know, someone at this point may as well pick up the Negev and just spam.
Just covering fire, yeah. Well, Def's trying to just catch one up. Maybe they get a little bit too aggressive over Zealous. He can maybe grab a weapon. Doesn't have the kit, so I'm not seeing this ninja defuse come through.
See, by the way, they've all left now. He could ninja had he had it.
Yeah.
That's what's insane, because they just assume he's saving instantly.
I think he just try and cause a few problems for them. That's a nice little smoke, actually. A good lineup. But
he's trying to make him sit on the site as long as possible, but doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, there's no tap coming through, so they can just run away. And he actually dies with the bomb as well. But loss bonus is pretty massive now on the CT side. At least that's the one positive for this team at the minute. So they have money to work with in the bank. We'll see if this AWP can get anything done. Something this team were doing actually is a double up setup, I believe, a few days ago. So maybe they could do that, especially on Overpass. CT side is viable, but they only get the singular AWP in play.
Now, I'd really want to see someone push up with Emek when he goes and does the pick again, if he's going to go for the pick, because I'm worried that he got away with the first one, but instantly we'll see Ambush adjust to it in some way, place one around the side of him, and this is good. So Soul's now going forward with him, so they are going to try and 2-man hold this. Utility already being used, but they're not being as aggressive this time. They changed it up, which is the smart play here. Is it going to be enough to try and get another round away from Ambush here, who are just on an absolute tear? Again, they're just pre-firing, spraying angles, spraying for anything they can, looking to do as much damage before they've even seen you. Now, Shaq's going to find the first. CK's the one to go down. So again, this is now the 3rd time they've had a 1-man advantage. Can they hold on to it? Not for too long, as Defs loses his head. SMF trying to push in further. Now, he did just find 1 player there. Looks for it again, drops the nade down, does more damage to himself than anything else. Those mollies are keeping him at bay. Oh, and Soka, he did not expect that at all. Shaq will be able to get the reply, but it's a 3 versus 3, and Berry is looking to change it up and try and move towards A. Still got Emek on the spot, though.
Well, they're charging straight through the toilets, 2 through them, 1 in from long. Multi-pronged approach in towards the bomb site. Emic with the ult still alive. He needs to start to delivering with this ult. He'll stand on the stairs, 40 seconds left. His teammates realizing that the bomb is being planted on the A bomb site. Berry, though, he's been so consistent in helping his teammates. He's got a great angle to deal with multiple opponents, but he only manages one. And now it's all on Doctors. He's been quiet. He hasn't had to do much, but now he has so much to do. The 1v2 clutch, the tap on the bomb, it's the stick. And Doctors cannot round the corner. Defuse coming through, and Doctors just looks to try and stay alive at this point. Rocketlaunchers finally get another round on the board, and pretty solid retake overall.
Yeah, that retake was a lot better there. The way that Sasal just decided to kind of swing wide after knowing exactly where the player was. He was, I remember, holding the angle of the Krieg, very dangerous at that position. So a good end round here for Rocketlaunchers, but still, at this deficit with 3 more rounds to go, they literally need to pick up all of the remaining rounds.
That's the problem, right? And also, I just absolutely hit that bomb plant from Ambush. I think that's such a terrible position to put the bomb in. It's you'll see that happen too often with a ninja defuse. Smoke up in the toilets early. It's going to prevent Emic from finding towards the party area. CK already just threw it down towards Connector, gets dinked up. Was that through the roof?
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate for him, but very lucky for the rocket launchers. They do that much damage as well. That's perfect.
No, this is what we wanted to see. Emic starting off again strong, but Berry stuck into the site, has been spotted out. Thought he might have been able to sneak in, and he's just backing away. This is the smart play. He doesn't want to get pushed by a couple of CTs. He doesn't have the information as to where exactly the other players might be fighting from. Plenty of utility being used, though. Will this allow his teammates to work in and find an advantage with it? Emic is the man they're going to have to deal with, and he goes down instantly. Doctor's able to get the damage. He must have seen him.
No, the Molotov, it stops his vision. SMF plays up on top of the smoke, the flower bed, the spray, and the headshot connects. Salso gone. 4v3, an advantage to play with on the T side with 45 seconds. Shaq gets the lineup, but only manages 1 kill. Death's now alone, saving over on the B bomb site. You said they need to find every single round left in this half. Well, they failed to do that, and they're not going to have money moving into this next round either. So, Ambush will be 9-3 on the board.
Mate, the timing of that molly to go down and stop the vision. I was like, must have seen him. Must have been like 1 second between it.
I don't think the Molotov...
Def's left saving.
The Molotov was meant to clear that corner as well, I'm pretty sure. So, it failed. It still helped the T side.
It still worked.
Yeah.
Thing is, at this point, like, if you're Rocketlaunchers, you're struggling to chain rounds together. You're going to have some crazy T-side, but the main thing for me is they would now just need to stay confident because you'd be feeling like nothing is working.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be more difficult on the T side as well, to be honest, especially with this team that have, you know, what, a week together or barely any practice, if any. So trying to structure together a T side and Overpass, it's not going to be too easy at all. So I think things are about to get go from bad to worse, really, unless they manage to pick up a few rounds here at the end. They need a hero play here. They just need a miracle in this kind of round. If they lose this one, which is completely likely, well, we're starting to get into dangerous territory. You know, that's where Ambush hit double figures. We're really starting to look at this team, maybe wiping the floor with them on map number 1. Well, it's going to be a quick play from Ambush, straight through Monster, utility up in the air. Death looks to try and hold on, blinded. He's flashed off the angle, and he's the player that needs to deliver. The only player with the rifle. And Shaq with the P250 has his knife out for too long. Finally goes to the pistol, but CK swings the corner, and the kills just keep coming in from the T side.
Yeah, they're being absolutely decimated here. Yes, they only have pistols. Yes, they're trying to hold on to what little economy they have. And this is the problem about winning 1 round and not getting 2 on the bounce, is that everything else just starts to fall apart.
Well, time is ticking. And they're just hoping they can steal away a rifle. But at this point, Ambush needs to realize there's no need to go this side of the map. So they're going to be backing away through Monster, all the way back towards T-Spawn. 10-3. And I started off saying this is probably going to be a close one, because every single game in this tournament seems to have gone every single map. And, well, this could be the complete opposite.
Never say never, Dinko.
No, again,
we've seen crazier things.
They're playing online, so...
You've just jinxed. Ambush is right now, super confident. They're like, yeah, we're going to rock this. Even if they got 12-3 now, you've completely ruined their chances. We're still going to go the full distance.
I mean, it only takes 1 person in the team to have some sort of negative mindset, right?
Yeah.
Bringing up that point. So yesterday, we were playing. We had another streak of like 9 games in a row. Mitch goes and says, it's going to feel really bad when we eventually lose. This dude.
Why'd you ever say that? Never say it.
So all it takes is one Mitch on this team, and maybe that's where things spiral out of control.
Right now, Mitch is bringing up his HLTV rating.
Emink backs away from middle. He has been liking to go towards his position, but I feel like most of the time he's been pretty static. You know, he's played in that toilets. He hasn't really changed up, hasn't gone for those long peaks straight up towards party. It's very much been try and challenge towards middle. Any sort of utility comes his way, backs in towards toilets.
And the problem is, right, we spoke about it. When he went for the balloons poke and he got the 1 kill, he did that on his own. I'd like to see a bit more teamwork. Both of them push up, try and work it in, and try and put some pressure onto Ambush, because Ambush has had constant map control wherever they've gone. Emink gets 1. He's got cover for the smoke for now. CK is going to work his way up, and I don't think Emink spotted him there.
Well, this is a good start. 2 kills coming in from the CT side. They've still got the double up setup to play with. This is pretty good. So far from the CT side. Every kill coming in towards toilets. CK has been pretty consistent in finding kills, but now it's a 1v4. He has collected the first, the bomb pretty far away from him. And he has so many angles to check and be wary of. And with 40 seconds, that's still enough time, but really starting to push it. We'll see what he can do though as he finds a flash from the floor. He already has 2, so.
Do you know, all CK needs to do here is get 1 more kill, and he's done enough economical damage at least to put a hurt onto rocket launchers. So even if they don't win the round, like, it'd be pretty impressive if CK can pull off this 1v4.
I think he's wasted too much time at this point. But
he just needs to get 1 more kill, and it's the dream.
The AWP would be perfect to find. And that's exactly the player that's close by in the toilets on the other end of it. But he's going to start sprinting. He's going to go for it. There's 5 seconds to make it to the bomb site.
There you go.
And well, at least he dies before time. But yeah, no damage done. 10-4. Rocket Launchers have a chance to grab 5. And that's a half that you can recover from.
Yeah, definitely. A 10-5 is not something where you go, okay, completely going to be blown out the water. It was looking scary for a time there. Still, so much money, though, was never going to be an issue for Ambush. And actually, this buy is not terrible. See, that's where the difference between having 1 more die and 1 more stay alive for the CT side, depending on how that drop would come in. Interestingly enough, no one got a Krieg, so Sol got an AK to play with for this one. He's going to go a bit faster. So Sol's poked up as well. But look, again, he did it on his own. This is what... If you're going to do this, both of them need to go forward. Because otherwise you're just taking a spray and then you're just running away.
It's useless, right? There's no effect coming off the back of it other than a few bullets going in that direction. You need to have some sort of conviction, have the trade ready as well, commit to it if you're going to go for it. And they desperately need these sort of advantages because they're sitting here with not a whole lot of utility left already. T-side have got money for days. Des has found the opening kill though, so that's the advantage they were looking for. Boost up on top of the sandbags to allow Dogfish to look over the top, and Shaq couldn't see him. Easy kill coming through. Shaq hits the deck, 4v4. Now Soker stands on short, trying to swing the corner. He's dropped by his Dogfish, who just stands on top of the sandbags, finally moves forward. Emink and Des picking up 2 kills. Suddenly a 2v3, an advantage favoring the CT side. And with the bomb all the way back towards T-spawn, Ambush have no map control right now, so this is a huge problem for the T side. And looking likely we'll see Rocket Launchers maybe pick up a 5th here, but CK's still alive. And he's been so deadly towards this A-bomb site, and that's where Salso's currently playing alone. He needs this kill, and he's got it.
Now, the scary thing for Ambush is that Rocket Launchers are going to gain a fair bit of confidence from these last few rounds. It's going to make quite the difference here. Rao's looking to go for the hero play. He's got 22 seconds to go. He does have the bomb, and he can get a plant in, which would be really huge.
The peak, though, should be coming immediately. And Daffs has got it. Headshots through, and well, Rao's will let it slip. 10-5 at the half, double figures for Ambush. Definitely could have got more, so I think it's quite good from Rocket Launchers to be able to salvage those last few at the end, because that could have very easily been a 12-3, 11-4 half.
Yeah. I was really thinking we were looking at a 12 at least there, so great comeback towards the end, but it took so long for the Rocket Launchers to get started. Now, on their T side, they're going to have to bring more than just their A game. The difference between both teams, though, is you're seeing a bit more of like, okay, Rocket Launchers playing together, while Ambush are clearly relying on the likes of SMF, Perry, and Rouse to just rock face at the moment.
Yeah, they had some decent teamwork at the beginning, but I think that it definitely fell away towards the end of the first half. That's when we started to see those individuals maybe get confidence built up after playing with the team earlier on and just decide I'm going to make some solo plays. And, well, they lost the last 2, so maybe that's not the right way to go. 10-5, CT side having a three-man stack over towards Monster with Barry already in towards Water. It's Emmink with the opening kill. Another follow-up coming through for the T side. This time it's Southsol finding that kill. So now we're into a 3v5.
What's crazy here, right, is Rocketlaunchers still don't need to go anywhere. Plenty of time. They've taken down 2 players. CK's low already, and they have full awareness of what's going on around them. The only sneak is Dockers, who we're looking at the moment, who might be able to do some damage. But Ambush, they pushed into these fights with no real need.
Yeah. I think they were trying to just apply pressure in towards Monster and Short. Yeah, it was there was an idea behind it, but it was really poorly executed. Didn't find anything. Still a chance to recover from this though. Barrels, Molotov comes in, CK forced back into the mini pit, and we'll see what he can do from the angle. He needs to back up his teammate. First headshot in, needed to swing back, but couldn't quite do it. And now it's over. Dogfish spotted on the back line. Soka knows exactly where he is. And this round is gone. It is over. And Dogtish's best chance is maybe 1 kill. But other than that, it should be a pretty easy clean-up for the rest of the T side. And Soka is the man to collect it. 6-10. It would be difficult to pull back on the T side, but not impossible. And that's the good start. That's what they need.
I've got to say again, remember, it's Rocketlaunchers. This was their pick. They were the ones that went into Overpass.
Yeah.
So that's their time to show us what they've got on this T side. Now, you're going to see more of a force-up come back in for Ambush here. Deeg's in play with 1 SMG as well. So they're looking to try and fire back against this. I respect the double AK play coming out from Rocketlaunchers as well. They'll probably have Shaq with the Max 10, be the point man, poke forward, see what he can do, see what information he can gather. CK's going to have to look and try and land potentially the 1D, grab himself a weapon and see if he can work away with anything here. Barry getting very aggressive as well. Will Soul be ready when the flash goes over? And, well, it's an easy one for him to pick up. Barry didn't stand the chance, completely blind. Noise has been made by both sides here. Def's trying to look for him through the smoke. Doesn't manage to spot him. CK not willing to push for it just yet. Does go for the pre-fire.
If you're Dest, you just definitely do not want to go anywhere near that smoke, because that's going to step right into the domain of the pistols. Soka finds himself at UMP. Will be an easy pickup on the second as well. Southsol finally killing towards Connector. Rouse, last man alive, 1v5. Not going to win this one. He has a kit, so it's actually worthwhile saving the Kevlar and kit, I think, into this next.
And Rocketlaunchers potentially keep 5 alive here, which is a big deal for them. Because they can't afford to be going into some economic battle if they do lose a couple of rounds. And they're fighting from a deficit and they want to continue to push forward.
I mean, this is the map that you would expect if there's any sort of preparation on this Rocketlaunchers team. This is the map you expect to see it on the T side, right? Because this is the one they've picked. This is the one they've played the most.
Yeah.
It's not a very easy T side to just win on the fly, but certainly if they have any sort of practice, they could pull this off. Ambush has started to become a little bit flat. You know, that tempo that they had earlier on in that first half was lightning fast, but the players started to slow down a little bit. CK has been starting to lose a lot of these duels. He's not even on the top of the team. It's Rouse and Barry up there, 13 kills alongside SMF. We'll see whether or not Ambush can find any success into the next one, because they've got to let this one slide as well. They've got 2.2k in their bank. They've got a couple of P250s, a Deagle in play saved over. But this is going to be an 8th round on the board for Rocketlaunchers. So 2 away from evening that scoreline. And probably just fixing their mental state as well of the team, because they start to realize it's not too far away.
What's interesting as well, I've just been looking at some of the stats. So Rocketlaunchers have played Overpass 3 times, won all 3 of them, all in this event. They beat Extreme twice and Fate once. 16-5, 16-9 and 16-13. But only 47% of their T rounds are where they come from the wins. CT's normally a bit stronger, so could have just been a slow start for him here today. But now they seem to have been gaining back some control. Ambush only on the pistols, and this push onto the B site is going to come in. They're being very cautious, and rightly so. Shaq's going to start off strong with the Mac 10. Make some additional bank for his team as well.
You can see the lack of preparation, because throwing that smoke, that was just terrible. Huge gap in it, but luckily when you're up against PT50s, it doesn't really matter. Salso will find himself a headshot. Barry, CK, and SMF left alone. Just the pistols heading their way in towards Connector. Now this is where the strength in numbers might actually be good for a kill if Des tries to go beyond the door. Don't think it's a good idea for him. Spam coming from his teammates. doing damage.
Every time they're walking forward, everyone's just taking a bit more chip damage.
Oh, he should have heard that footstep as well, Devs.
Yeah, he knows what's going on surely by now. If anyone wants to open that door. Dev starts off onto one, gets Berry as well, no problems at all. Shaq will lose the Mac 10, but SMF, he's just going to try and hold on to this position. They all swarm around him. Easy kills found. Only Shaq going down on Rocket. Well, they're up to 8 rounds now. Big change coming in, 3 in a row. But the buy coming out from Ambush, can that change the game here? Pretty solid buy coming out from him as well. M4's all round, lots of utility to play with here. Only 1 kit though.
Yeah. At least there's no AWP to face up against rocket launchers in this round though. But that'll come through next video. A little bit of a bonus coming through from rocket launchers. If they win this one, this is absolutely horrible for Ambush. They've got CK up in the fountain already, but needs to be careful. The right position should be peeked by his teammate on the right, on the C side. It's not coming through just yet. The timing wasn't there, and Shaq took way too long. He will manage to get the trade, but it's a 2-for-1. And out of the round, favouring Ambush with the advantage.
There is no way, Dingo, that CK should have got that second kill.
No, for sure.
First of all, Emenk didn't need to push it, right?
Yeah,
after he took the first shot. You literally just wait for Shaq to swing. How do you not? It's like basic MM teamwork.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. Well, the core fundamentals of playing together, essentially.
Yeah, communication, refrag, talk.
Well, this team do have a couple of players from a few different nations, right? So maybe
learning curves and all that.
Well, Shaq is start moving forward. AK in his hands. SOF sits back around the corner.
I really like this from Ambush, though. They're not going over aggressive, right? They're allowing rocket launchers to go back into their normal form.
Yep.
But they're not going to try and give away this advantage. They're just going to hold strong on the bomb site. Seems to be an A hit that might be coming in. Rouse is pushed up a little bit further in long. SMF anchoring on the site itself. Continuing to jump up, wants to get the information. He did just spot him. Now the utility comes out from the T side, but SMF is going to be ready for him. Rouse already back into position. The spray down coming in. One goes down. Not enough time either. Perfectly done.
What? I don't know why Rocket Launchers took so long to do anything in that round. They're executing at 10 seconds left on the clock. That is definitely not the way to go. Rocket Launchers' initial mess up with the teammates in middle. Final execute not quite there, and Ambush will take that one easily. At least, though, it was a bonus round, right? Because they've got money saved up from their success at the start of the second half. But if they lose this one, all that work that they did at the start, laying the foundations for a successful economy, is gone. And they're right back to a lower buy. So Ambush have a real good chance here to try and extend this lead. Rocket Launchers will sit back. They've got the AWP in their hands. That's something Ambush do not have and cannot challenge Emenk with. So if he can start delivering shots early, this could be perfect.
Rouse in a good spot here. The Molly's going to push him away. Drops down the smoke, but he does not expect Shaq to push through it as well.
That's the bomb. Big kill from CK. Smoke goes down in towards Dexter as well, but they're pushing forward on towards the A bomb site. Bomb can be recovered, but Salso has a lot of work to do. He has to try and delay, and that smoke is good. That prevents the vision of SMF, severs his information flow. Now we're into a 3v3. Minute and 5 seconds left. Rotation coming back in from the B bomb site. But good call from Rocket Launchers. Just fully commit towards the site. You've got Salso being the hero of the team, maintaining control in towards the A site. And now Ambush have to come in for a retake.
Now Emenk, no one's going to be coming his way. It's going to be interesting how long he's going to hold this position before they realize exactly what's going on. Ambush going to have to strike soon. They've used all their utility and they didn't start to push forward. And now it's an easy shooting range coming out here for Rocket Launchers. And you've really got to go when you do pop it all at one time, especially when you're that low on utility. You can't just be holding back because you just allowed Rocket Launchers to have a clear field of view.
I mean, complete opposite, right? Another easy round for Rocket Launchers. So it's kind of strange that it's been so back and forth, and I think that's what's going to continue throughout the second half because Ambush are in a situation now where they don't exactly have too much money. So we'll likely see Rocket Launchers head to 10. We'll get a buy into the next, hopefully, from Ambush. It's still going to be pretty weak, but at least that'll be something. Rocketlaunchers, though, this is a perfect time for them to try and build that momentum and confidence up. When you hit 10, you've got a chance to rebuild that economy. Mental switch turns on your head. You know, you're only one round away from evening that scoreline after having such a slow start into the first half. This could be perfect for them.
Slow and steady. There he goes out into water. Does manage to land a dink, but no kills coming his way. Rao's on the hunt for deaths. Still not working out. The Deagle's not coming into a big play just yet. CK still able to find one, but he's not been able to pick up the gun just yet. 4v3 and heavy advantage for Rocketlaunchers. Ambush starting to back away. They don't believe it's going to be onto the B bomb site, but little do they know they're still Rocketlaunchers with full control. Water and Monster. No problems at all. It's a gamble from Ambush, and sometimes it's worth taking it, especially when you are up against a team that's got plenty of weaponry to fire back at you with. But this time it's not going to work out. Rocketlauncher still being careful, still checking every angle here. But they'll be able to nicely just walk in.
Ooh. It's a nice execute as well, just being so methodical in their approach. Smoking Heaven, clearing barrels, close Molotov for the mini pit as well. SMF rotates through with the Deagle. Bomb plant is coming through, and SMF will look for a couple of frags. He looks away from the flash, but looks directly into it instead. And that's a good Molotov. A good utility usage overall from Rocketlaunchers. Nice to see that forces Ambush away. Good kill from Emmink as Doctish looked to try and retreat back in towards the A bomb site. But 10 now on the board for Rocketlaunchers is exactly what they would have hoped for. Having such a slow start in that first half, clawing their way back at the start of the second with a little bit of a hurdle. You know, they jumped over after losing the bonus round, but they come back, they win the next one pretty convincingly, and another good B take. Next round, though, this is the first test in a while. You know, you've got the buy coming back in from Ambush. Whether or not it'll have everything Ambush want, I don't know. We'll take a look at what they've got. It won't be enough for a... they could get an AWP in on CK, can drop it, but that would take a huge hit in utility.
No, they're going to go for all the M4s by the looks of it. As you can see, though, we've got our odds, and now it's still slightly favoring Ambush here. Swapping up just a little bit. The main thing you guys want to look at is we've got a new offer for you from GG.Bet.
Oh.
You can activate GG.Bet.com bonus. If you make a deposit, you get a 125% bonus. I'll take 125%. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that sounds 125%. Is pretty crazy. You just don't want to see that in your taxes, though.
Never in your taxes, that's for damn sure. And if you're also an Ambush fan right now, you don't want to see this happening. They don't seem to have an answer. We saw a very nice default execute from Rocketlaunchers they pushed into the site on the previous round, which shows there's a little bit more to Rocketlauncher on their T side than what they delivered on the CT side. SMS trying to hold on to this, but it's just not going to work out for him. 3v1 onto CK, and well, he's likely to try and save this. He's still into the site. I'm not sure why, because he's just going to go down. Yes, they've got a loss bonus. Yes, they're not doing too well, but they won't have enough money to buy off of this. It would have been better him having the M4 to throw it over, just have a better weapon in general for someone. But 11-11 and Rocketlaunchers, they want to take full control now. They want to take lead for the first time since the opening 2 rounds. They went down 8-2 very early on.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. And Ambush, after looking so dominant and so good, since they got 10.5, they've only won 1 since. And, well, it's not even looked like they even have a chance at winning rounds, unfortunately, in the second half, for the most part of it. Death's just sitting in towards the bottom of the connector. Boost coming over the top. SMF and CK back away. Player up on Fountain already here on the CT side. Salsa needs to be careful. He is on his own, and while he's been dropped, Berry turns around, finds the kill. Also had Riles to back him up if things were to go sour, but there's a weapon to play with. And SG as well.
With the armor, that actually gives him a good chance to do some revenge and fire back against Rocketlaunchers. Waiting game in play for now. Rocketlaunchers down a man. Still should be feeling pretty confident, but they're just going to have to go back into that methodical, checking all the angles.
Well, the T-Side just made the right play, straight through Monster at the right time, because the player's gone aggressive short. Berry's getting boosted up, though, with an SG. well. One kill will come through. Death's able to pick it up. Bomb plant on default. Berry gone. Rifle recovered in the hands of Rouse, but it's gone as well. And now Soaker continuing the headshots alongside Deaths. 12-11. 1 round into the lead. Rocketlaunchers. It's been a long time since they've even seen a bit of success, but they're finally into the lead. It has been a long road back into it. If Ambush are to step up with a round win, though, it would be in this round. They've got the AWP in the hands of Berry. M4s across the board. We'll see if they can get a round win on the board.
Now, we were saying this, right? Rocketlauncher's CT side was not anything impressive, but the teamwork that's being shown now on this T side, the defaults we've seen in play, things are looking a lot better now. Yeah,
I think their B executes have been pretty methodical as well. You know, they have good utility usage. Very basic as well, but it's good that they're coming in with the multiple prongs approach, right? You can't. So some teams decide to go straight through monster with loads of players, but this team seems to have the right idea of just sending a few in through short and a few through monster, and that has really been catching this Ambush side off guard. You know, they haven't really been able to commit their forces to one sort of area. So I want to see what Ambush can do in this one. I want to see some aggression from Berry. I want to try and see that ult be used to find the opening, give them an advantage, and maybe start to feel a little bit more comfortable on the CT side.
Now Berry's got an AWP now. It's finally time for him to try and take a challenge against MA.
Playing pretty passive on launch straight away, though. Very passive setup overall from Ambush. No one going for any of these opening picks. I think that's the right call in this kind of round because Rocketlaunchers are completely ready for that if it was to come in towards the middle.
It's all going to come down to if he can get this opening pick here. CK and Berry are in a good spot. It's all going to rely on if you can get this first kill in potentially. Emek looking to go for it, he's flashed in. Berry tries to make it work. It's going to be forced back, and he won't want to re-peek into that one. It's a scary thought of him pushing forward. CK looking to do some damage, and well, Shaq's ready for it. CK seemed to have the line of sight there, but it wasn't going to work in his favor. Now Berry repositioned. Trying to turn the tide of this war, misses the shot, and Deaths. He'll make him pay the price for it. 5v3, continuing to work their way towards this A bomb site, and SMF, he's screaming for help. Soka's going to go down. Doctor's able to find one at least. They're not down and out of it yet. SMF's position could be huge.
30 seconds. Rocketlaunchers have fallen victim to time already in the second half. SMF, like you said, his position is just so brutal. If the time is ticking, if they neglect to check this corner, he can just cause so many problems, but he moves forward and loses the infight. So one of the blocks gone, and now Rao has to do a lot of work. He finds the bomb, but still 10 seconds, enough time. And the kills all come through. They didn't even need the bomb plant in the end. Ambush can't quite get another round. It's a 13-11. Rocketlaunchers now looking like the team that are going to take this one over the line and take map number 1. Definitely did not anticipate that from the initial first half.
Well, you could see, right, Ambush just looked a lot more comfortable on their T side, and they were just fragging out well. There wasn't anything special like we're seeing tactically or any mad change-ups. They were just refragging and playing smart, where Rocketlaunchers certainly weren't. And now we swap back over, and Rocketlaunchers go, oh yeah, T side, we're fine, no problems.
I think it's very much the point that you brought up earlier, the fact that they just maybe off to a slow start. First game of the day for them.
Well, if you're looking to change your bet there on GG.Bet, guys, now might be the time to do it, because Rocketlaunchers, they've been given a significant lead in it. Well, they are starting to pull away with this. It's only a 2-round lead, but with it being pistols only for Ambush here, and well, it's not worked out pistols since the very beginning of this game. But they had the back and forth 4 subs. CK trying to hold the angle here. Last time he was bested by Shaq. Shaq pre-fired it with no problem at all. Defs is looking at it. And Rocketlaunchers really are taking their time to check absolutely everything here, which is why they're not being caught off guard. CK this time will win the duel, but he still needs to find one more. Underhand throws the smoke, and he will get away with the kill onto Defs. Now it's game on. There's 2 weapons on the floor, and CK has an AK-47 to play with.
He's also got the bomb in the toilets, so that's a huge advantage for the CT side to play with. Southsole, though, instead of committing back to the bomb, he goes in towards long and finds a kill on towards Berry. Now 3v3. Player still on the B bomb site as well. Southsole looking to try and recover that bomb, and he'll be able to do it with that smoke. That should confirm the bomb is recovered, but CK looking to get more done, but Emmett gets rid of him. Now it's Doctish and, of course, SMF trying to see what they can do for the CT side. They're on the other end of the map, the wrong side, as the bomb is going back to B with only 15 seconds left. This is the complete right call from Rocketlaunchers.
Yeah, just in time, they've managed to make it work. Ambush will go and pick up the AKs on the floor and just save them into the next round. They need every little bit of help they can get. And with that round, right, CK did so much at the beginning. I feel the biggest error was Berry deciding to push down long. Yeah. Because first of all, he ran it, which meant anyone near there is going to hear you. But also it would have just been safe to go through toilets and join your teammate and play the 2 versus 1s.
For sure. I think that's a pretty ill-advised play from Berry. And, well, it'll add another opportunity for Rocketlaunchers to pick up another round on the board. But saving these AKs wouldn't be horrible, and well, looking to try and do some damage on the players going forward. Emmett gets rid of Doctish pretty quickly. And that's on the SMF with the Soul AK. He certainly made the right play, just staying nowhere near anybody and carrying that over. So 14-11, 2 away from victory here at Rocketlaunchers, and they've got a really solid buy with money in the bank. They'll be able to buy till the end, pretty much. And Ambush, well, a buy is coming through. They've got the AWP in the hands of Rouse. How many people are we going to see use this AWP on the CT side?
Just give it to anyone, whoever's feeling it.
Yeah. Whoever can afford it at this point. Just, can you do anything with this gun?
Do some damage.
Yeah. Can you get a kill? That is the quota.
2 would be great. Slightly faster early aggression being shown by Rocketlaunchers, at least with the utility forward towards the B bomb site. Shaq's going to try and push forward, but that nade nearly loses 50% of his health there. 51 left on the board. He's pushing forward, still into it. He wants to commit, but SMF is ready. Starts with a burst, but instantly gets shut down. His teammate falls around him, and Berry's going to try and play off the edge of the smoke, but he's spotted, and the flash will give him no chance to hold on to that one. 4v2, and Rocketlaunchers, they just look unstoppable right now. Doesn't matter what Ambush try, they're getting smacked back down every time.
Well, CK is peeking in from heaven. They're aware of the position. The AWP can't really get back into the site. There's 1 smoke, 1 kit. This isn't going to happen. So 15-11 for Rocketlaunchers. Has to be a save coming in for the AWP and the M4 into the next. And their teammates aren't going to have a whole lot to play with. So this is starting to look like the final nails are being hammered into the coffin of Ambush. Round starting to back away. AWP. Definitely the one weapon you have to make sure gets into that next round. Even though it delivered nothing in this round, you need to sort of have some sort of delivery with it in this next one. I really like this call from Rocketlaunchers, though. They know finally Ambush are going to get a buy. They're going to feel so much pressure that they need to pick this one up. Why don't we just hit them with a fast B hit?
Yeah. They could not stop it once they came charging through, and now we're 1 round away from Rocketlaunchers keeping their 100% win ratio on Overpass. Ambush only securing 1 round since we swapped halves. Their CT side has fallen by the wayside. And Doctiz, he still really struggled to get into this one. Maybe he's cursed himself with the Pikachu image.
Yeah, everyone else, you know, rocking the Ambush logo, he's just gone Pikachu. He's also the one, the player with the weirdest name. So he just likes being different. Ooh, double up setup. Rouse with the opening pick. That's Emmett gone, who was actually delivering quite a lot of impact in that last round for Rocketlauncher. So maybe this is a chance for Ambush to stay alive. Seems too often, you know, you hit map point, a team will get 15, but they can never find the 16th easily after that, right? You always go on a little more. Salso looks to try and end that, though, as he finds a headshot on towards CK, and we're right back into an equilibrium. 4v4.
No, I don't want to see Rouse back off too early. He needs to get another pick and change this up. He needs to keep an advantage in here. Get a kill off this angle, just hold strong, and then fall back. That's the way to play it from here. That's it. Gets it onto Depths. He's ready for it. Still hungry for a bit of more. Has changed his position, not fallen all the way back. Got his teammate, SMF, behind him. But Rouse has quite a few angles to check now. The further he falls back away from bathrooms, and this is better.
Oh, good kill. Rouse is playing really well on this AWP, and I said it needed to deliver in this round, and, well, it certainly is. 3 kills coming through. Salso and Soaker left alone into a 2v4. 35 seconds as they try and enter the A bomb site. No one's left B, so they're still having the 2-2 set up right now, and this should be enough anyway. Salso moving forward, still signaling that there is presence in middle. I think you could rotate a third player up here now at this point. Doctors should be up towards the A-bomb site or closer to it. 15 seconds left, still in towards middle. Good shot from Salsol. SMF moving forward, needs to get into a better position and try and delay. His teammates come back, 9 seconds, that's the bomb. Going on towards the truck. Easy kill from Doctors, rotates just in the nick of time. And there's another on the board for Ambush. Not done yet. 3 away from overtime.
Key thing there was that they're not going to have to buy up too much again. They can still drop over and everyone's going to have weapons. So Ambush do have a fighting chance in this one. But Rocketlaunchers, they've been switching it up, right? They went for the slow, methodical, really chilled out default plays. Then they quickly hit the B-bust that surprised Ambush. Can they do something similar again?
Well, sending 2 players immediately off towards middle to throw a little bit of utility and show presence here. Actually, only the one. The other in towards connector, playing quite passively. Rocketlaunchers. This is somewhat of a default from them. Like, the default they were using seems to be heavily towards the B-bomb set, right? A lot of presence there early on. And while Berry is ready for it, it's a good kill from Berry, opening things up. Not exactly the most orthodox position to be playing as an AWPer, but it does work for a kill.
Yeah, one and done, but now... did he miss it as well?
Yeah. That's the problem. That you just can't really miss those opportunities. Emek definitely was ready for that, but he looks away at the wrong time, and Berry still cannot pick it up. But he will deliver it for the middle of the bomb site. Once going towards Soka, Doct is able to find one, but it's traded right through the smoke. Now 2v4 as they move forward. Berry looking to do more on the AWP, but he realizes he's out of depth, so he's running away. He'll stay alive. Salsa will find one headshot, but he's dealt with. Now it's only Emek switching to the AK. Spins back and finds a kill behind him, and still 40 seconds.
Those AWPs have been putting in work and saving the day for Ambush. Rouse already picked up one. Berry was able to get 2 on the site on the initial hold. Rouse will finish it off, and it's the AWPs doing so much damage here for Ambush. It will give them their 13th round. That's 2 in a row, though. That's the important part, chaining rounds together here. Can they force us to overtime? It's going to be no problem for Rocketlaunchers with the buy. Things will start to slow down a little bit here for Ambush.
Yeah, overtime, a real possibility here. And well, Ambush, we'll see what they have in their back pocket, if they have that depth to pull it to overtime. Emek with the AWP has been pretty stellar. It's been quite impressive, actually, across this. That's going to drop in towards connector. CK, a bit further towards Connell, throw the Molotov on through. Prevent any aggressive peaks from the T side. And I want to see something fast from Rocketlaunchers. It's been pretty solid from them when they've been quick, when they've been concise and deciding where they want to go. Still clearing in towards the connector immediately. As Death's clearing these close corners. No one really playing towards this area of the map from Ambush. They're playing more heavily in towards the toilet setup. So free map control given on over towards Rocketlaunchers as they start to play contact, just walking up connector. Finally, they make their play. The flash comes through. Raul's looking to try and deliver again with a sniper. He's been so good in these recent rounds. So needs to keep that up. Good peek from CK. Manages one in a second. That is unbelievable. Now Raul needs to shine. He has his opportunity. He doesn't quite capitalize, so backs in towards the A-bomb site.
Never did I expect CK to get 2. 1 at best, but he manages to stand strong. He's given him a chance, a good fighting chance in this one. 3 versus 4, and well, at least for Rocketlaunchers, they're hoping to find one more peak coming out here. Rouse does not want to make a wrong move. Pure waiting game still. Rocketlaunchers don't want to push yet. They're hoping the CTs will make some sort of mistake. They do want to stay focused on the A site, but it's a smart split from Ambush. 2 towards B, 2 towards A, and well, Berry can get on the fast rotate with the M4 if he needs. Rouse needs to land this shot, and that's exactly what he does. Puts the favor further into their advantage, and it continues to happen as Rouse is delivering more. Spray comes out from Soka, but he's only able to get 1. 15, 14, and Ambush. They've got money, they've got control, and well, there's still plenty of money on Rocketlaunchers, but not enough to give them everything they would want on all players.
Well, we've seen them have money for the last 5 rounds, and they haven't been able to do anything with it. So,
true.
So I don't know what's going to be coming through here from Rocketlauncher. I want to just see something fast. I just want to see a fast play. But again, no one wants to be the player that gives up the early advantage in this kind of round. So we might see a little bit of a slower default again come through. Stick to what was working earlier and see if you can try and replicate that success. But Ambush have patched up the holes. They've started to look better when they're the back's against the ropes. A lot of teams do that, though. It's kind of like they let it slide until the final hurdle, and then they decide, you know what?
Oh, yeah, we'll win again. We know this.
Oh, we actually have to win here.
Do you know what I think it is, right? And we've seen this many times, even at the highest level of Counter-Strike. People get to the 14th, 15th round, and then they feel like, oh, well, yeah, we've done it. And they like slightly just take their foot off the gas and then go, wait, actually, you've got to win these last 2 rounds. And that's why you can never give a team an inch, because they will take it. The Rocketlaunchers, they want to take the final inch, they want to take the final round, they want to grab it 16-14. They're going to get the bomb down onto site as well. Rouse, you can see nothing, trying to take a spot through the smoke. No connections just yet. Defs is going to go down, though. This will give him a fighting chance into it, but it's an instant reply. Emenk from Sandbags, able to get the job done. The remaining 2 CTs only got smokes to play with. This is going to be a struggle for them. They're going out dark, and Emenk is just going to be taking them down. 16-14, the first map is going over towards the Rocketlaunchers.
This could be a close one. All the rounds come through. Overtime is a real possibility there as well, but a pretty slow start from Rocketlaunchers. I think that obviously they could have won it a little bit more convincingly if they managed to pick up that first half a little bit better. But overall, they get the map under their belt and they continue the win streak on Overpass. Problem is when we get deeper into map pools, the second map of best of 3 can sometimes be a struggle for a mixed roster.
Definitely. And I think here when we're going into Inferno is, yes, okay, Inferno is the pick of ambush, but who can't play Inferno? Inferno is such an open map field, right, where everyone understands it. It hasn't changed in such a long time. It's a map that everyone should be well versed in. So I think it's going to be very competitive once again. And we certainly saw it. Rocketlaunchers, they woke up. They had that horrible first half where it just looked like, didn't really look like they really knew what was going on.
Yeah, from an eye test, it looks like Rocketlaunchers just have better players overall on a skill level. But Ambush have the potential maybe to have that experience. They've played together for longer. They've been together. They've practiced. Maybe Inferno can be a much better affair. I think Inferno is one of those maps that doesn't allow for as much space for these individuals to show up. So that's definitely a problem for Rocketlaunchers.
Well, what we're going to do now is take a break, ladies and gentlemen, and bring you Inferno very shortly. Rocketlaunchers are up 1-0. Can they close it out 2-0? We'll have to wait and see. Join us after the break.